Welcome to History 2301. I'm your professor, Dr. Matthew Johnson. This is going to be a short video to walk you through some of the basic components of the course in our Blackboard site. I'm going to start by pointing out some daily routines. On most days, you'll read a chapter or two from our free online textbook, watch a lecture, and take a quiz, and also read a primary source. You can see exactly what you need to do each day under responsibilities on our course schedule. And you need to do all of this by 11:59 p.m. On the day that they're scheduled in the syllabus. And to help you ease into the course and get used to our Blackboard site, I have extended the deadlines for all of the first week's quizzes to Sunday, July 15th. So notice on the syllabus still, the syllabus still notes that the quiz is due on the day that the content is scheduled, but I will accept quizzes until the 15th without penalty. But after this week, all late quizzes will receive a score of 0. I release a week of content at a time. So you should be able to see and access all of this week's content now. You can skip ahead and complete a quiz early. And then on each Saturday, I will make the next week's content available, right? And so all of the content for the week of July 16th will be available the morning of Saturday, July 14th. Another thing, when you open a quiz up, you will have an unlimited amount of time to finish it. You also aren't required to finish the quiz in one sitting. The same goes for the exams. Nothing is timed. You simply need to complete it before the deadline. Notice that our first exam is Friday, July 20th. It will be available that morning, and you need to complete it by 11:59 p.m. Because this class is only 5 weeks, we move through this course quickly, right? It's essential that you don't fall behind. I will provide a study guide for the exam on Wednesday, July 18th, and I'll explain in a video how to do well in the exam. But to give you a little bit of insight into the exam, it's a short answer and essay exam. You will provide a short answer to a question about the film Birth of a Nation, which we will watch this week, and just be prepared. It's 3 hours long. And I provide that film for you online, so you don't have to purchase it. And then the other half of the exam is a longer essay question. Okay, so the second half of the course looks similar to the first, but you will write a 3 to 5 page paper that responds to the film Mississippi Burning, right? That film you do have to purchase. If you haven't purchased the film yet, please do ASAP. You need to have it by July 27th. And because this course moves so fast, I can't give you an extension if you don't have the film by then. Our final exam is on August 10th. And it mirrors the first exam. The only difference is that you won't have a question about a film. You will only respond to one long essay question. Okay, so moving to the Blackboard site. All of the things that you need to complete each day can be found in the Course, Lectures, Readings, and Quizzes tab. There is a folder for each day, right? You'll find a link to the chapter or chapters that you need to read. And below that are the terms I want you to focus on to prepare for quizzes and exams. These terms are vital because they're the same terms I want you to use on exams, and I'll explain how to use those terms when we get closer to the exam. You'll also see a primary source in almost every folder. And to give you just a simple definition of a primary source, it's a historical source that was produced during the period that we're studying. So for example, in this case, we're thinking about what caused the Civil War. The Texas Declaration of Causes is a primary source because it was produced in 1861 as Texas was deciding whether to secede from the Union. Our textbook is an example of a secondary source. Right? The secondary sources we use are usually produced by scholars who never lived through or experienced the events in question and usually rely on primary sources to make claims about the past. Right? And so you'll be expected to use at least one primary source in your exams. And finally, you'll see a video lecture in every folder. And below each of these videos, you'll see a list of important terms to focus on what's important. These are also terms that you can use in your essay exams. And again, I'll explain how to use those when we get closer to the exam date. The quizzes are meant to be easy, right? As long as you've read the material and watched the video. I don't include any trick questions. They are there to make sure you keep up with the course, right? So you don't have to scramble and try to catch up right before the exam. The final thing I'll say is that I do try really hard not to make this course High School History 2.0. Just by looking at the syllabus, you'll probably see some topics that you've never seen in a history class before. And for example, we'll spend an entire lecture on the rise of mass incarceration. And by doing this, I'm not trying to suggest that mass incarceration is more important than the Vietnam War, for example. I'm simply trying to make this class more interesting by spending more time on things that you probably never learn much about. And so if you're looking for High School History 2.0, I would suggest looking for another class now. If you ever have a question about anything, please email me. We can set up a phone call or Skype if you're struggling with anything that can't be answered via email. I check my email every couple of hours, so as long as you don't email me in the middle of the night, I try to respond quickly. All right, so good luck with the course, and I look forward to reading all of your essays and your paper.